everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Smashbrush. So I'm so excited. Stop it. I'm so glad to finally be back. Feels like I haven't been in front of a camera for a really long time. But usually I'm either trying to upload a video on YouTube, even though I know it's not as frequent as I want to. It's either that or I have it on Instagram, but I haven't been able to do any of those. If you've looked back at my Get Ready With Me video, I explained a lot about what was going to happen within the next couple of months. So this is basically like the future part of that. I've already moved and there's been a lot of adjusting, especially now that we're doing like remodeling. If you guys remember, I did say I was debating on what dog to get. So we finally did get a dog. Come over here, Shadow. What's up, guys? This is welcoming the newest member to our family, Shadow. Come on, Shadow. Say hi, Shadow. I feel like I just birthed him. No, I'm kidding. But he is a mini schnauzer and he is right now like the happiness of our family. He's this cute, curious little dog. He's about to be 3 months and he's the first dog I've ever had. Yeah, he's a cute dog with a lot of personality. Babe, what would you say he is? He's like...
the boss.
He's a boss.
Not scared of nobody.
So, I don't know if you guys know, but I do have a cat as well, and let's just say this little guy punks him, so it's kind of funny. He's definitely in that extreme puppy stage right now. He's peeing everywhere, he's pooping everywhere, we're trying to discipline him and cage him, you know, but it is what it is, so I'm just excited to finally have another little furry animal. But you gotta go now, okay? Mama's gotta record. Yeah, so that's some of the big news or some of the big changes that have happened in my life. Anyways, so today I'm gonna be doing it's a review and a tutorial on a couple new products. So I've actually recorded this. This is supposed to be like a re-recording just because before I had moved, I recorded this exact video and it was supposed to be the first impressions on the newest products, which is the Anastasia Soft Glam palette, their new bronzers, the Amrezy highlight or Amrezy. I was so prepared because, you know, I didn't want to have such a long gap. And as I was editing the video, I just realized there was something wrong with it, and this is basically it. Exactly, right? You don't hear anything. That was my fault. I forgot to put on my mic on, and when I realized, like as I was editing, I realized that there was no sound, and that was totally my fault. It's kind of like a dumb move of mine, but it is what it is. Now I get to, I guess, perfect it, and so here it is. So for those of you who are new to my channel, welcome. And if you're not subscribed yet, I ask that you subscribe, give it a thumbs up, leave a comment down below on something you'd like to see in the future. And without further ado, let's get to it. Okay guys, so I already did my eyebrows off camera. I am gonna put my hair up because this is gonna be annoying. Whatever. I'm gonna go ahead and then just tape up the very corners of my eyes. If you haven't seen me do this before or explain why, it's just really easy to create a nice like flawless and precise application. I can't do it with it, it's just I've been so lazy and I've been getting so used to doing this, but I'll definitely stop. Maybe. I did use just some concealer and I mixed it in a little bit with the Urban Decay Potion Primer. So I'm going to be using the new Soft Glam palette by Anastasia. But if you take a look at it, it has such beautiful colors. So it has like a range of, has a lot of mattes actually. And it has a couple shimmers and it has almost like glitters. Is it glitters? It's more like metallic type colors. So I'm going to be trying to use a lot of these colors as much as I can. That way you can kind of see what look you can create from this. There's so many different possibilities that you can do with this because it's such a perfect like neutral palette. But I am going to go with something a little bit more on the glamorous side, of course, just because, I don't know, that's just like what I like to go with. So I'm basically gonna recreate this look on this eye, except I'm gonna be telling you exactly what I'm doing. So I'm gonna be using this color Orange Soda. And I'm gonna go from the very part where the tape is, and this is gonna be the outer corner, and I'm just gonna bring this all the way in. You see, I actually have a scar there. I don't know how I got it, but you know what? It's fine. So I'm gonna be layering this Orange Soda color. This is pretty simple. Just layering one more time. And then that step is done. I'm gonna be using the color Burnt Orange now. And if I'm not mistaken, this color was actually in one of the palettes. I know it's definitely repeated. So I'm gonna be using that color towards the very edge again. I'm not going exactly where I placed the other color, like just a little bit lower than that color, than the where I put Orange Soda. So now going in with a smudge brush, if I can find it. Yes, here it is. Okay, you see, it's just like a small smudge brush. I'm gonna be using this color Mulberry. It's like a reddish brown color. And I'm gonna create just a line right through. And this is gonna be a little bit above my lid. There you go. So you see, it's nothing really too precise. It's just a line there. With nothing on the brush, I'm just gonna be blending that color over. And you wanna stay within the same area that you applied it in. You don't wanna go too high, because then you're just gonna darken up the other colors. And I'm gonna add just a little bit more. Well, I'm gonna add just a little bit of that color on the brush and just go over. I'm gonna be grabbing the color where it says Rustic, and I'm gonna be putting this more on my lid, and I'm using just a regular flat brush. And I'm gonna be putting it right there, kind of like 1/3 of my lid. And just leaving it just like that. You know what, I'm just gonna be using that flat brush again, that smudge brush, and I'm gonna put this as close to this tape as possible. And you see, it's almost like I created a wing with the black, except, you know, I meant to just do like a line and to get as close as possible. And then I'm just gonna blend this right over. And now, using the color Glistening, I already wet my brush, by the way, that's why I didn't show you guys, but when I did this eye, this brush is still a little bit wet. So I'm applying this towards the very inner corner. There you go. And then with actually just my middle finger, I'm going to be using the color Sultry, and I'm just going to stamp it right towards the middle part. I'm going to apply my brow bone highlight, and this is in the color Tempera. I'm going to apply it just in my brow bone. And there you go. And then basically both of my eyes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and apply my eyeliner off camera. Yes, that tutorial will come very soon. And I'm going to apply my lashes, and I will be right back. So up next, what we're going to do is we're going to put on our foundation. I'm going to be using the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. I'm just going to grab 2 pumps. I'm going to put it right on my hands. And from there, just apply it directly to the sponge. And I'm just gonna apply all over. Okay, So now I'm going to be using my NARS Creamy Concealer, of course, in the color Custard. And we are just going to conceal these bad boys. See, once you like put concealer, it's like it all finally then starts looking put. So grabbing that smudge brush again, I'm gonna be using the color Dusty Rose, and I'm just gonna smudge it right underneath my eyes. And now with that color, with the black color, I'm just gonna do it a little bit towards the very outer edge. So you see my eyes are almost done. I'm just gonna put the eyeliner and the mascara off camera because again I have to be like this close to the mirror. And then just to finish off the eyes, I'm gonna use that whitish tone tempera color, and I'm just gonna put it in my inner corners, like right here. I blinked on my lash. Up next, I'm gonna be using the new Anastasia Beverly Hills bronzers, and then this is in the color Saddle. So we're gonna do like our normal contouring. So I'm gonna start from the very top, from where my ear begins, and then just kind of go towards like my lip, the very corner of my lip. And the one thing that I've noticed with this bronzer is that seriously a little bit goes a long way. There's been a lot of times when I use bronzers, and then the bronzers I feel like I have to keep on going and going and going and adding, but it's just because I like some kind of depth, but sometimes if I add too much it kind of gives it like a grayish tone. So what I do like about this is the color on camera, I don't know if it shows it, but it is a little bit more warm rather than too gray. And now for the most exciting part is using the Anastasia Amrezy highlight, and it is so gorgeous. Unfortunately, the first video that I was supposed to upload was supposed to be a first impressions. Obviously by now I really know how it applies already, and I've seen it everywhere through social media, and I've used it myself so many times, and I love this. So you can apply this wet or dry. So if you look at this, I have like, the product itself has like 3 ridges, right? And in between those ridges are these little like indents. So if you see here, this one, I don't know if you can actually see it, but this, you see a little bit more texture on it, and it's because this is like where I want to use this product while it's still wet. This right here would be dry, and then the other one I just haven't really touched it, but it's just a really nice way of like separating it without like messing up the product too much. So in this case I'm just going to be using it wet, and I'm still going to be using my damp beauty blender, beauty sponge. This is the one by the Real Techniques, by the way. And so without applying anything on it, I'm just gonna go straight into it and just kind of like, you know, just apply some on the sponge. And I like to apply like a fair amount, that way it applies evenly. And I'm just gonna go ahead and apply this right over. And then, you can't tell me that glow isn't like ridiculous. I don't apply this all the time, but seriously, the hype of the internet, of social media and all of that on this product is, you know, they're not wrong. Like, it's real for a reason. And it seriously gives you an amazing glow. So if this is a product you've been kind of like contemplating whether to get or not, this is like totally worth it. Okay, so this is basically the look. I'm just gonna apply the lip, put my hair down, and I'll be right back. Okay guys, so this is the final look. I kind of went with like a deeper lip color. I know I always wear nudes. Once in a while I'll pop in that red like I did in the Christmas video, but other than that I am such a nude lip girl. So let's talk about each and every product. So the first one that we used was the Anastasia Soft Glam palette. I'll give you the pros and the cons of each one. So for the pros of this palette, the colors, they blend just so beautifully. I feel like it is very well rounded. It is definitely on the neutral side, and I love that there's a black in there. And overall, you know, Anastasia never disappoints with her palettes for the most part. So now with the cons for this palette, I definitely feel like I have these colors already. After a while, usually like the palettes that you have, or the majority of people have, would be neutral tones colors. So the colors, they are completely neutral. You know, there's nothing more to it. You know, there's nothing really too new about it either. And it's not to say that the palette is bad. It's just, I definitely feel like this palette is, like, I own already all of these colors. And it's not even because I'm a makeup artist. It's just, this is just one of those basic palettes, if you will. Sorry, don't mean to disappoint. However, they are these two colors, the sultry and the bronze colors. They are very metallic-y, so out of everything, I want to say that those two colors are the ones that stand out the most to me. Other than that though, I feel like if you're getting new into makeup, this is a really good palette to get into. Up next that we used was the powder bronzer. So this I was actually really impressed with, just because I find that a lot of times when I buy a bronzer, it doesn't have like the correct shade. Like it's either too warm or too cool. I think maybe if I would have used one tone less, I could have probably gotten it to look a little less warm on my face. But other than that, the product really does blend really nicely as well. It doesn't cake up. There's times where if you keep on applying the product, it'll just, the color will start changing and it starts looking a little bit muddy, but that doesn't happen with this. So I'm actually really excited to be able to use it for the summertime, because I feel like the warmth from it will give it like a really nice glow, especially once you're already all nice and tan and all of that. And the next product that we used was the Anastasia, the Amrezy highlighter. So I already told you my point of view with this product. I think this is amazing. I think you just have to try it out to really tell for yourself. But if you're of a person that's more of the natural makeup, very light highlight, this probably isn't for you. Because let me tell you, even if you use a wet or dry, this is a very dramatic highlight. But this is like the highlight that everybody is kind of like looking for. You know, we want that intense, crazy glow to your cheeks. So that is it for my review. I hope you guys enjoy this tutorial / review. And if you guys have tried this product already, let me know what you think about it. And of course, please let me know if there's anything you'd like me to record for you guys. I am all ears. So we'll see you guys next time.